Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name's Steemit, and today we'll be going over the charts. We'll be looking at Bitcoin chart, Ethereum chart. We'll be looking at a special on Coti, an update on Coti as well, and the Moonwalker has given a great overview on Twitter. So I'm going to show you that as well. And look what's happening with Coti just now. It's up about 20% just now. So we'll take a look at that and see where it could go from here as well as looking at a few other news stories. Now, if you like these videos, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell and hit that like on the way out as well. And leave a comment down below if you're watching this on the replay as well. Okay, speaking of Coti, this was the first time I mentioned Coti to the premium group. So I put a video out, 10-minute spotlight on the 28th of January, but I gave this to the premium group a couple of days before it, and I think it was at 116 Satoshi I recommended it at. So this is the kind of thing you get in the premium group as well. You can see here it was 123 Satoshi when I kind of first recommended it. It was 2.3 million market cap. Now the market cap, now we're looking at 286 Satoshi with a market cap of 7.6 million. And this was only literally about 4 weeks ago that I kind of mentioned this, and it's gone up over 100% at the moment. So looking at the hidden gems calls, this is all the hidden gems I've kind of called out so far and done a 10-minute spotlight on, with the exception of one I've got just now called One Up. That's not on here because it doesn't recognize it yet. So these are the hidden gems so far. You can see Coti is up 143%. Since it was called. I've got Sharing down very slightly, not by that much, and this is assuming we put $1,000 each. We've got Ethereum up 252. Constellation is up 70. I think that's a good one to buy at the moment. Chromia started to move back up again. It was down. Band Protocol is moving up all the time as well. That's been a really good one. One Ledger not so good because of delayed the mainnet, and Utrust up slightly as well. I just called that the other day. Well, I think it was last week I called Utrust. I've not done a video on that yet as well. So that's what the hidden gems portfolio is looking like just now. If you want to join us and get these hidden gems as well as calls that I make as well for Binance, usually Binance, you can join the premium group. There's a link down below for you as well. We have an overall market capitalization of 252 billion, which is up. Bitcoin dominance has gone down ever so slightly, which is good for the alts. We'll just go to CoinMarketCap overall and see who the winners and losers are. We have Aragon up 18%, Ren is up 10%, Swipe, Algorand up around about 10% as well. The only four in double-digit greens. In the red, we have Bitcoin, AION, Komodo, RSK, Infrastructure, ELF is down as well. There's only about, say, 20% in the red, just down slightly, and the rest are up because the Bitcoin price is going up as well. Just take a look at Binance, what's going on in Binance just now. You can see Coti up there, 21%, up at 289. So it's come down a wee bit and then it's going back up again. We've got HOT, that's not really kind of moved. Peril has moved up 11%, MFT up 10%. Okay, let's look at the Ethereum chart. Ethereum chart, you can see we're in this descending channel just now. We're kind of middle of the road. This is the same for Bitcoin as well, but this is on the 4-hour chart. We're in a descending channel. We've got the 7 EMA has not crossed back over the 50 EMA yet. We'll go down to the hourly. And we can see that was the crossover did happen around about $221. So that'd have been a good time to get in. But if it crosses back down over, then we could be down for some more down action with this. So we're kind of middle of the road with this descending channel at the moment. So we can't really tell where it's going to go, but if we look at the smaller time frames like the 1-hour chart, even the 15-minute chart, we can see kind of where we could be going. So on the 15-minute chart, we've got the crossover there on the 15 at 229, but that could cross back up over, but that is an indication of where it could go. We've seen a downside there, back up again. So 15-minute chart is not brilliant for trading. 1-hour chart is good for trading, to give you confirmation. So we're still above the 50 EMA, so still looking okay. It's still bullish for Ethereum at the moment, and we could bounce off the 50 EMA here, which it seems to be doing, but just be careful of that crossover, the 70 EMA crossing down over the 50 EMA, and we could be in for some more price action to the downside. The same with Bitcoin as well, very very similar to Bitcoin. We're in this descending channel here. And we've crossed over on the 70 EMA and the 50 EMA. We've not crossed down over yet, so that's not confirmation. We're bouncing off the 50 EMA just now, so we could go up from here. However, if we look at the 4 hourly, and this is the structure within this descending channel, it means we could go down to about the 8,200 level, and that would be a brilliant time to get in, 8,200. You could trade it at the moment, but it's more ambiguous of as to where it's going to go. You can't really tell where it's going to go. But 8,200, I think that would be a good buy zone there. We're slap bang in the middle, so it could go up to about 9,500 from here as well, and then back down a short. What I'm expecting is maybe another drop down, 8,200, and then a big, then after that, that's it. There's 8,200, and then we're just bouncing up all the way from 8,200, and it's going to continue going up there as well, up to 10,000, 10,500, breaks of 10,500 on its way up to the halving. We'll see, well, just after the halving as well. So we'll see what happens with that, but still bullish overall with Bitcoin. Short term, I can see more downside to the short term, maybe to 8,200 again. See that and then bounce big time from there, all the way on and past the halving as well, and that's when it really kicks in. So long term, fine, or short to long term, absolutely fine. Micro term, as in the next couple of weeks, we could be going down, or the next couple of days or hours, we could be going down. But we'll see what happens. Okay, on to some news. This chart shows why new Bitcoin bull run is just getting started. So this is from Glassnode, seen this yesterday as well. From Glassnode, Bitcoin unrealized profit is still at healthy levels, showing no signs that the market has stopped. Currently, it's at levels similar to the beginnings of the past bull markets. So we're talking about this chart here from Glassnode, and we can see here is nowhere near where it was before with the unrealized profit scale. So once it reaches that, then we could see a big price rise from there as well. So they're saying here it's not topped out as of yet. Only 2% of Bitcoin mining machines find blocks during their lifetime, PwC analyst says. So Alex DeVries, a blockchain specialist at PwC, has claimed that only 2% of machines mining Bitcoin ever managed to find a block during their short lifetimes, while 98% failed to verify transactions on its ledger. So it's basically saying over 98% of total BTC miners set to become obsolete because of this 2%. So the halving to forcefully retire over 70% of the rigs. With halving of the BTC network imminent, it's predicted that close to 70% of the rigs currently in place will be obsolete. There have been reports of large miners such as Bitmain bracing for the halving by upgrading their machines to the latest model, the new Antminer S17 Plus as well. So there's going to be a lot of miners leave Bitcoin. How's that going to affect the price of Bitcoin as well? So that will be found out after the halving. There's a lot of anticipation of the halving and what's going to happen after that, and this is just one of them. Okay, crypto now officially seen as financial instruments in Germany. So BaFin clarifies crypto classification in Germany concerning cryptocurrency custody as well. So in a press release issued on Monday, the German Federal Financial Supervisory Authority, BaFin, described crypto as digital representation of a value that has not been issued or guaranteed by any central bank or public body and is not necessarily linked to a currency specified by a law, and that does not have the legal status of a currency or money, but is accepted as a medium of exchange by natural or legal persons and can be transmitted, stored and traded electronically. So this is concerning cryptocurrency custody. As part of the new BaFin crypto guidelines, cryptocurrency custodians will need to obtain a license for the regulator to offer their services in the country. Crypto custodial platforms already operating in the country without license have until the end of November 2020 to apply for one, but must show readiness to do so before March 30th, 2020. So effectively what this is doing is classifying what cryptocurrency is, what it's not, and this is what Germany is doing. But there's another story as well, and this was out the other day. A New South Wales court this week has allowed cryptocurrency to be used as collateral. This is quite big, actually. As part of a broader defamation claim, the NSW District Court was asked to force a plaintiff to put 20,000 Australian dollars, or about 13,000 USD, into a court-controlled bank account. The amount in question was to be used for the defendant's legal cost should the plaintiff lose or withdraw. So in an unexpected move, the court allowed the plaintiff to use his cryptocurrency exchange account instead of his bank account for this. And the judge said, Judith Gibson, this is a recognised form of investment. Judge Gibson responded ahead of the case. So again, this is quite big for crypto as well, just to say this can be used as collateral. Tron execute hostile takeover of Steem exchanges Collude, so this is including Binance as well. So Justin Sun seems to have ousted the governance body of Steem blockchain in collusion with major exchanges, consolidating his power following his acquisition of Steemit. So Steemit.inc or Steemit Inc. had about 40% of the tokens, but were never used for governance. But it seems that Justin Sun has used that. So after Tron acquired Steemit 2 weeks ago, it seems that CEO Justin Sun is using the company to consolidate power over the supposedly decentralized blockchain. Today, the majority of Steem's witnesses, the decision makers for blockchain's governance, were ousted by what appeared to be accounts connected to Tron. So today, Tron issued a statement saying they would use Steemit Inc.'s holding to vote. Not only that, the holdings would be used to actively thwart the soft fork meant to limit Tron's power, claiming that the reversible update was maliciously structured and may be deemed illegal and criminal. Unfortunately, the witnesses' decision created a need to reclaim the stake and vote in a new witness to usher in new policies for a healthier ecosystem. So on the plus side, it says here in this article, Justin Sun announces he is hosting Steemit 2.0 Town Hall on March the 6th, inviting the top 50 witnesses to communicate with the community to make sure that Tron is a positive force in making Steem and Steemit 2.0 great. It says so far it seems like Tron is off to a poor start. So interesting to see what's going to happen there as well. Okay, I want to talk about this post from the Moonwalker. Brilliant post, and it summarises everything that Coti is doing just now. So he's got here, do you get how huge Coti actually is long term? Coti will be the platform for anyone who wants a working Fiat Visa MC payment solution. And he's got a link here for the wallet. So he's talking about the merchant case study here. It's My First Wallet, it's called. And this is for merchants who sign up for Coti. If you don't get what Coti is basically, if you think of PayPal, think of it as PayPal on the blockchain, but better. And that's what Coti is, and that's how big it could be. It's got a market capitalization of 8 million just now, but this is essentially what it's kind of doing. It's trying to onboard merchants, and trying to onboard merchants in such a way as it's going to get more and more people to use crypto, and it's going to be very easy to onboard people to use crypto as well. So that's what Coti are doing. They're doing a lot more than that, but that's essentially kind of what they're doing just now. So this kind of would include me. This is why I first got into Coti months ago as well. So this is a problem. The merchant wanted to accept Bitcoin, but found that their users became very confused with opening an account on exchanges or handling a Bitcoin wallet and safeguarding their own keys. Solution: using Coti's white label payment infrastructure, we were able to quickly launch a Bitcoin wallet for the merchant. We've designed the wallet to be very easy to understand for non-savvy users and have made it a custodian wallet so the users won't need to handle their keys as well. Huge. So it's going to make it easy for people to pay in crypto. And this is me as a merchant as well. I've got a cryptocurrency course, I've got other courses in personal development as well, and I can accept Bitcoin. I signed up ages ago, but it wasn't working because of the, this was months ago I'm talking about, but it wasn't up and running yet, but now it is, so I'm looking at that again. So this is just an article kind of going over the advantages for the merchant for using Coti, the business model. Where the Moonwalker's gone into saying, aside from this, anybody onboarding Coti receives integrated merchant tools to better manage revenue, PayPal-like payment requests, entire process on Trust Chain. Merchant will have access for instant settlement, DeFi products, and capital loans as well. More or less exactly the same what PayPal does, but just in a better way, with less fees as well than PayPal, and it's on the blockchain. So could be, it's not fully decentralized, never going to be. You can't have a fully decentralized project like this. A DeFi is not going to be fully decentralized either, and you can't have it. It's just impossible. So there's going to be a hybrid of traditional finance and DeFi. as well. So that includes some elements of decentralization and some elements of centralization. You can't have it all decentralized, it just wouldn't make sense. And number 3 has got here the Moonwalker. Coti holder benefits. All financial data is stored in a trust chain and analysed via Coti, Coti's trust chain trust score algorithm. My First Wallet is paying a processing fee for each transaction with Coti, and all fees are paid with Coti coins, which we've gone over. And number 4, all transaction generating fees for Coti stakers and node operators. The win-win situation will lead to a massive onboarding of anyone who wants to have access to all DeFi and payment tools. Coti will do for payment adoption what ETH has done for ICOs. And one other thing I want to show you as well is Coti's staking rewards. They've just released this February update. So February's staking rewards have been successfully distributed again. The results are better than expected. So they've got here, Coti has maintained its high reward rate and stakers have just now been credited with rewards, clocking an amazing annual return of 47 to 50%. Now, that's, you can only hold up to 10,000 Coti tokens on that to get that just now, because it's kind of testing it just now, and you're getting 47 to 50% on that, which is an annual return, which is fantastic, but it's not going to be sustainable. We all know that, or we should know that, that is not a sustainable kind of staking reward for that, but Coti 2.0 is going to be come out, so we remind you that we'll soon be releasing Coti's staking version 2.0. You'll be able to stake more through our wallet, but also from exchanges. More to come on that. So this is big news. They're going to be offering staking, but it's also going to be on the exchanges as well. So that means it could be the Binance. If we look at this tweet here. So we've got this tweet here from ETH Crypto, and there's somebody asking in the group, will Binance staking Coti? Will it be staking Coti? And the admin says staking 2.0 is on the horizon. Stay tuned. So this could be really big. And you know with staking, what happens with staking? People will kind of hold their coins in return for say 5 or 6% per year. It's not going to be 50% per year. You're not going to get that with Coti straight up when it's staking 2.0. But you're going to get a good return on investment, much better than banks. And if you think this is going to go up in appreciation of the value as well, if you think it's going to go up, then you could stake. You just say, okay, I think this is going to be a great project. I'm going to stake 100,000 Coti tokens and leave it to gather 6,000-7,000 tokens per year for the next couple of years. Plus, the appreciation of value is going to help as well. So that is going to reduce the circulating supply as well. If you're staking, if you've got a staking model, it's going to reduce the circulating supply effectively, and it's going to take that out of circulating supply, so which means the price is going to go up as well. So it's like if you imagine kind of getting Dash. Remember when Dash first came out, and you were able to get a master node for Dash as well. That's effectively kind of what staking is. You get rewarded for it, so it's not effectively what it is. It's kind of different, but it's along those lines as well. But you're going to be able to stake in the wallet and on the exchanges as well. That's what it looks like at the moment. So this is big, huge news for Coti, and it could be really big for them as well. We've seen the price just now. We've just seen that is up to 285 just now. Come down a wee bit, so you might be able to get in there, and it could come down a wee bit further. Obviously, it's had a big run up, and this is where I was telling people around about here, this breaking out this triangle, and it could go up to 290 or 300, and it did. It went up to 315 yesterday as well. So Coti is doing fantastic. Only a market capitalization of 7 million at the moment, or 8 million. 7.6 million. So effectively it's still a gem in the making. And if you think where this could go, so you're talking about just to get into the top 100. So 43 million, it would need to get to that, 6 times that. So a 6x from here, possibly just to get into top 100. And for me personally, I think there's no doubt that Coti is going to get into top 100. So I think a 6x is good from here. And with the staking details going to be coming out soon, then I think now could be a good time to purchase Coti. But do your own research, put big boy pants on, big girl pants on as well, and do your own research on this, but it could be big. Okay, that is it for the moment. If you enjoyed this video, remember hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell and hit the like on the way out as well. And leave a comment down below and consider joining the free group and the premium group down below as well. I think you'll really enjoy it. And more videos to come. Obviously a lot of volatility in the markets just now, so still looking at doing more videos as well for hidden gems. There's a few I've got on the list just now as well, so if you want to find out what those are, then join the premium group down below as well. You can try it for a month. If you don't like it, just leave. Okay, until next time, Namaste, take care, bye now.